Why he got to pay $200,000? And if you say $200,000 over the course of 18 years, this is assuming that is $43 million, Brandon. Is that a come up? Is that a come up, ain't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And usually when the woman does make more, they'll make the woman pay child support or alimony to the man.
But not in this case. Kanye West talked too much junk today, and also he married an Arabian woman.
Right.
Classified as white. They ain't gonna make a white woman pay a black man. You crazy.
Right. That's a good point. And, like I said, when I saw that, I didn't even raise an eyebrow. I was like, oh, okay, well, he has it. He go pay. But I didn't really think about he has it.
Brandon,
you think he going to miss a payment?
15 years. Imagine in 15 years. Years. Where he going to be at in 15 years?
But that raises
paying $200,000 a month.
So do you think Kanye is going to recover from this and start heading upwards, or you're going to continue to go down?
Only God knows, man. Only God knows. I can't tell you. But I can tell you this.
Right.
$200,000 a month is a lot of money.
Oh, that's a lot of money, right? Especially, I'm not sure what kind of lifestyle or what his bills are looking like, but I do remember him saying he was living out of a suitcase, basically, and traveling around. So I'm not saying that's cheap. I'm not saying, he can't afford it, but I think it'll be all right. And what they gonna do? Throw him in jail for not paying child support?
Oh, they'll do it, Brandon. The key word is 18 years.
I hear you.
At year 16, we don't know where we're gonna be.
Right, you're right. How old is Kanye West gonna be in 18 years? That'd be interesting.
we don't know where we're gonna be at.
Right.
We don't know we're gonna be at. Look at now. Watch this, Brandon. Now, they said they had to split expenses. So they go split everything down the middle, but he still have to pay that $200,000. Brandon, you have a child, don't you?
Oh, he done. Yeah, he's done.
Brandon, you have a child, don't you?
I do.
Now, do you spend 1%? Do your child cost more than 1% of the money that comes in your house?
Yes.
All right. Now I'm gonna break it down very lightly. So let's say Kim kids cost 1% of what comes in the house. That's reasonable, ain't it?
Yes.
So let's say 1% of $1.8 billion is $18 million. It could be $18 million a year expenses. That's reasonable, right, Brandon? It's because you pay way more than 1%.
Right.
So let's just break it down. Let's say the expenses comes out to $5 million and $18 million a year. Kanye West had to pay half of that, baby.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah, he's done.
And guess what? Who's doing the books, Brandon? Who's doing the expenses?
But this is my thing. Do you think this was a plan all along for them? Because, the mom is pretty strategic. Do you think they knew this was going to happen? Like, this is what they were aiming for, a divorce at some point? Because just a while ago, they was fine. They was having kids. I think she had 2 surrogate babies. So she wasn't even pregnant for the last 2. She's let somebody carry them.
Hey, excuse my language, but they don't date no broke niggas. Everyone is a stepping stone. Ray J, stepping stone. That's a small stepping stone. Ray J, Reggie Miller. Reggie Bush. So, and he won a Heisman after that. Signed a big stepping stone. The white guy in Brooklyn, stepping stone. Omer Oken, whatever his name, basketball player for Lakers, stepping stone. Kanye West,
but do you
stepping stone?
How do you feel about Kanye West saying that about Chris Paul? Because did you see that he was tweeting talking about Chris Paul was with his wife? He didn't say whether it was sexual or whatnot, but he did say he was with his wife or ex-wife.
Why is that surprising? Any chocolate man with money she's going for. Any
Right.
chocolate man with money, she go. If Chris Paul, he a basketball player, stepping stone.
Right. But I'm not talking about from that aspect. I'm just talking about from the guy code, the male code that we have. Do you think he should have said something about it, or because you remember when Kobe got caught cheating, and he was like, "Well, shoot, Shaq be cheating too." You know, he tried to throw Shaq under the bus. How do you feel about that kind of stuff when guys do that? I'm not saying him and Chris Paul were friends, but you know, to do that publicly, how do you feel about that?
I'm trying to understand your question, but I do not recommend deflecting on a topic. So say your statement, let it be. You don't have to bring other people in there.
Yeah. Really. Just being messy, basically, and like you don't, as a man, men shouldn't like be on the internet acting like women or like out of control women or emotional women. I want to say it like that. Men should, you know, just be solid, and if somebody's doing something to you, you don't have to run to the internet and vent or, you know, throw people's names out there, because now Chris Paul's going through something. He may have already been going through something, but you put him in the mix for, we don't even know if it's the truth or not. I'm just saying.
Now we say about Chris Paul.
Chris Paul was with Kim Kardashian. He was saying that Chris Paul was with I found out Chris Paul was with my wife.
Okay, well, there ain't no surprises. Nick Cannon, everybody been in that. you know, everybody, they ain't surprising.
That's true. But the only thing is Chris Paul is a married man, and he's been married for a while. Like I say, there's no surprise, you know, with athletes and doing that kind of stuff anyway. But you know, it's just this family is targeting successful black men. It's just what it is. And women too, because Rob, well, I'm not saying China was successful, but Rob did go after China and had a baby with China.
And she don't even look right, man. Okay, let me shut up. Let me I ain't say nothing. You don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. But it's almost like she need to be coming off that spaceship out of Mars or something. She look like an alien to me.
I was gonna say, if you have too much plastic surgery and work and stuff like that, you start looking abnormal in a way. But you know, that's the culture.
Mars attack. But they messed Kanye West. This gonna crush him. Only way this ain't gonna crush him, he had to get on his knees, open his mouth, and said, "Please change the terms of this lease." You know, please change the terms, because I don't know mindset of Kim Kardashian. I don't know what type of woman she is now, but if she's kind of like her mama setting stuff up, she may try to crush this man.
Yeah,
but
she could. I mean, yeah, because like I said, they do have 4 kids. I think they have 4 kids, and you want your not your spouse or your partner, but that's still their father. So you want to have him in a good light in their eyes. If you're a responsible woman, some people like to just bash him, like, look what your crazy daddy doing.
Brandon, this is 2022. People don't need no fathers. Fathers don't even make sense. They prefer not to have fathers.
You think so?
Because only thing father does is bring toxic. Everything is toxic. He told me to clean the room. Toxic. He won't let me yell in the house. Toxic. He won't let me wear anything outside what I want to wear. Toxic. you know?
Right. But so do you think that's what a lot of women feel? Or is that just something that's happening? Like the black father not being there, or he's not being present or being pushed out?
I think a lot of, well, I could talk about our community. I think a lot of people in our community do not want to follow a black man. No, not introduced. Just don't want to follow or be under authority of a black man.
Do you think that has to do with feminism and the feminist movement?
It's a lot of things. Like you got, like I was going to do like a thing on this, how deadbeat man destroy women in their 30s. Like, you know, it's something called trauma. So imagine if a person being with a deadbeat guy. A deadbeat guy is gonna come off as an alpha. He's gonna come off as a street ninja. He's gonna come off as I'm running things, but his character is not there.
Yeah.
So you'll have a alpha, a top-notch guy on the outside, but inside, once they get to know him, it ruins the relationship.
Yeah.
And maybe some ladies bring that trauma to the next relationship. I can't follow. Last time I tried to follow a man, I caught an STD. Last time I tried to follow a man, our rent wasn't getting paid. Yeah. So that trauma keep going down the line.
Yeah. And then they like, well, shit, I just might as well just do it on my own.
And watch this. A man, like you a man, right, Brandon?
That's correct.
Don't you submit to other mans from time to time as a normal part of your life?
And when you say submit, what do you mean? Like
a police pull you over? Are you acting? Are you acting big?
You have to play your role, right? No, you have to play your role when it comes. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be okay with that as a man, because that's just a part of life. That'll make you less of a man.
Or watch this. Your rent is due. Are you gonna pay that? You gonna pay that check to the man?
Yes.
If you pay that check, you kind of submitting, ain't you?
You are in a way. Mm-hmm.
So I think guys are used to submitting because we know if you don't submit, my opinion, you will get dealt with. Yeah. Somebody go deal with you in a man way. And I think some women don't think submitting is like, or following is like something bad, but guys follow every day of the week. If you got a job, you're following somebody.
Do you think we need something like this in a classroom for, you want to say high school, like a high school class on dating and relationships and stuff like that? Do you think that would be helpful? Because I think people don't.
It would not. It would not. Dating and relationship starts off when the child is conceived. Mm-hmm. So it's that relationship between the two parents that grows up to create a future relationship in that in the child. So high school, people are already set in their ways.
You're right.
If a hoe in high school will be a hoe for the next 10 years.
But if you're not getting it at home, so when are you going to get it?
You ain't going to get it.
So go ahead.
So that's what's wrong with our community. Everything starts at the home.
You're right.
You can't rebuild people time they hit 12 years old. I hate to say, most of the time they gone.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
There are a lot of issues that's facing the Black community, from relationships between mother and father and the failure of passing down standards, integrity, and duty, from the lack of education or the debt load from higher education. Go to school, they say, but no opportunity on graduation day. From incarceration to low-skill occupation that marches in gentrification. Well, the time has come. It's time for a change. My book, From Zero to 200K, will outline the steps I use to change my social and economical status. Learn the steps I took to lower my expenses. Learn the steps I took to increase my income. Learn the steps I took to increase my credit and keep a good credit score. Learn about how I generate wealth. Most importantly, how I got God involved in my life. By the time you finish this book, you'll be ready to control your finances with a renewed vigor, knowing that you can accomplish your goals if you apply yourself and make good decisions over the long term. From 0 to 200K with faith, relationships, strippers, jobs, college, hustles, and heartbreak taught me about finance. It's a must read for every Black person in America. Hit the link below and let's get to work.